Imagine standing face to face with a human who lived 300,000 years ago. They could walk upright, use tools, survive brutal winters, and adapt to some of the harshest environments on Earth. And perhaps the most surprising part is that they may have looked and behaved far more like us than you imagine. But ancient humans were not simply primitive versions of modern people. They were intelligent, adaptable, and sometimes surprisingly sophisticated. The deeper we dig into the ground and uncover ancient tools, bones, and other archaeological evidence, the more complicated our human story becomes. For most of human history, Earth was home to several different kinds of humans. Neanderthals lived across Europe and parts of Western Asia, while Homo erectus survived for more than 1 million years across different regions. Later, our own species, Homo sapiens, spread across the planet. But these human groups were not necessarily isolated from one another. Modern genetic evidence shows that many people outside Africa carry small amounts of Neanderthal DNA, meaning our history was never a simple straight line. Instead, it was a tangled family tree filled with different populations, migrations, encounters, and connections. For decades, popular culture portrayed Neanderthals as slow, primitive cavemen. But archaeology tells a very different story. Neanderthals made sophisticated stone tools, controlled fire, hunted large animals, and adapted to extremely harsh environments. Evidence also suggests that some Neanderthal groups used pigments and personal ornaments, possibly showing symbolic behavior. They were not simply struggling to survive. They were solving problems, adapting to their surroundings, and creating complex ways of life. But the real mystery is not why they disappeared. It is how much of their world we still do not understand. Now, consider the environment they faced. During Ice Age periods, temperatures could plunge dramatically, while enormous glaciers covered parts of the northern hemisphere. Yet humans survived. They made clothing from animal skins, built shelters, controlled fire, developed specialized hunting strategies, and learned to exploit different environments. Some ancient humans even traveled astonishing distances. Archaeological discoveries show that early Homo sapiens reached Australia, but perhaps the most surprising discovery is that ancient humans were not completely separate from us. Their DNA is still present in modern human populations. Neanderthals disappeared as a distinct population roughly 40,000 years ago, but their genetic legacy survived through interbreeding with Homo sapiens. And Neanderthals were not our only ancient relatives. Modern humans also carry genetic traces from other ancient human groups, including Denisovans. So when we look at ourselves today, we are looking at the surviving result of thousands of generations of movement, mixing, competition, and adaptation. The shocking truth about ancient humans is not that they were primitive. It is that they were human in ways we are only beginning to understand. They faced predators, disease, extreme climates, hunger, and uncertainty, yet they still found ways to survive. They migrated across continents, created tools, communicated with one another, and adapted to changing environments. And some of them ultimately became part of us. The ancient world was not empty before modern humans arrived. It was already filled with people, and their story is still written into our own.